going on, Canes fans? We are back with another episode of The Crute on the U. We have got ourselves a couple special guests joining us today. I got my co-host, Luke Cheney, like always. What's up, Luke? How you doing, bro?
Doing well as always. Always a pleasure to be on.
Yep. Well, we have got ourselves quite the treat to jump into this show tonight, guys. We have got one of our actual recruits who is committed to the University of Miami in the 2023 class. We have got Jackson Carver joining us. Jackson, how you doing, man?
Doing well. How are you?
Doing great, man. Thanks for taking the time to join us.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me on.
So, kind of getting some updates on some things from you and stuff. Current height and weight right now.
Currently 6'6", 225.
Okay. And how is this season going so far? How many games have you guys got a chance to play?
We've had 3 so far, 3-0. Some dealing with some stuff, so I haven't been able to play yet, but all good and looking forward to getting back out there.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it seems like the now I might pronounce it. Is it Loomis Chafee or Loomis Chafe?
Chafee.
Yeah, Loomis Chafee School seems to have quite a bit of talent coming in and out of it now lately. I've noticed. That's for damn sure.
Right, we're pretty solid. A lot of skill on offense and some ballers on defense. So it's been fun.
Is that school just like any other high school, or is that school kind of focused more around individual achievements and things like that?
I mean, we all have one common goal in mind, and that's winning our league. And that's what everyone's shooting for this year. But everybody has their own personal goals, and we all want to work towards them as well, and we're all going to help each other to get them there.
Awesome, man. And then, I guess how would you describe your play style as a tight end for those who haven't watched your game yet?
Yeah, I like to think myself as pretty dynamic. I have the size and the frame to be able to block in the trenches and do some damage there, and as well as my athleticism to help me stretch the field and be using the passing game as well.
Got you. So I mean, like, what would you consider your biggest strengths that you haven't mentioned yet?
Yeah, just my athleticism. Coaches can use me in however way they want to, and I can be help in any aspect of the game.
Got you. And then what are some of the things that that might not be as developed yet that you're continually trying to improve on as you go into college next year?
Yeah, because this is only my second year playing football. One weak spot in my game is the mental part, and just trying to get that locked in and learn as much as I can, and continue to improve and not hesitate as much and be more just always on the attack.
Jackson, what made you comfortable with choosing the University of Miami? We got 3 tight ends coming in, as you know. And, we got a full group coming in. All you guys offer something different, which is fantastic. What made you comfortable about coming to the University of Miami?
Yeah, I mean, I was actually just thinking about this today. When I first time Coach Field called me last spring, I had no idea. I really didn't know anything about Miami. Didn't know about the history, the tradition, all that. And I look back and I'm thankful that Coach Field did call me and start recruiting me. But it's been amazing, and yeah, I mean, I was the first tight end to commit, but I knew that those guys were gonna hop on board, and I was recruiting them from the second that I published my commitment. So I wanted to get them on board. They're all great players and great people too. So I'm excited about that. We're gonna have a great room.
I was just kind of curious. We got your height and weight. Have you had your wingspan measured?
Yeah, about I think it's about 6'8" or 6'9".
Okay. I noticed you have quite the radius for catching
Right.
passes. That's for sure.
Right.
And this is your second year playing football?
Yes, sir.
What were the sports you were playing before football?
I was previously committed to play lacrosse at Notre Dame,
Okay.
and before that, I played hockey as well.
Oh, all right.
So I mean, then I have to ask, like, what got you into football? What made you make that switch?
Yeah, so it was it's kind of a long story, but growing up in Minnesota, I'm playing hockey all throughout the fall. I always wanted to play football, always liked the sport, but just never had the time for it. And then I transferred to Culver Military Academy, and I just played hockey in the winter there. So for my senior year, my fall was open, and it was my one shot to go out for football, and immediately fell in love with it. The summer before, that's all I did was train for football and eagerly wait for the season. And once it came, I just loved every practice, loved competing, and knew it was what I wanted to pursue. So that's why I made the switch and decided to come here for a post grad year, and can't wait to get to Miami in January.
Gotcha. Oh, so you're the plan is to early enroll then?
Yes, sir.
Got you. And then so I mean I have to ask, so like I guess how early after you made that switch to football did you start receiving love from these colleges, and what were those initial schools that started showing interest?
Yeah, so it's kind of interesting. I The first school that started recruiting me was Indiana University, and my coach at Culver sent me home with a jugs machine the summer before my first season, and I would by like the second or third week of using it, I could catch one handed both ways, and just showed off my hands and took videos of that, sent to my coach, and he would send it out to all these different coaches. And I actually, Indiana invited me to come work out in front of them before my first football practice, and they actually offered me a preferred walk on before I even tried on a football uniform. So you see pictures from that visit, and that was the first time I'd actually worn a football uniform in my life.
Wow, man. I had no idea. Like honestly, I bet a lot of people didn't have any idea about that. That's wow. Wow. All right. I'm kind of
And
curious.
then
Jackson. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
because of my commitment to Notre Dame, there Coach Kelly, when he was at Notre Dame, soon found out about me and got me down to campus got me to campus for a couple visits, and offered me to preferred walk on to play both football and lacrosse there.
When did you make the decision to just focus on football?
Um, when I started playing it, I knew that it was what I wanted to pursue, but I wasn't willing to give up the lacrosse with the uncertainty of not knowing if I would have options.
Yeah.
So it wasn't until after the season, I got like a week or so after the season, I got my first scholarship offer from West Virginia, and then kind of went silent for a while. I was still committed to Notre Dame throughout December, and then early January, I started to get more offers. Some of the Ivies, some of the smaller schools, and started to really pick up there. So that's when I made this. That's when I made the decision. I decommitted from Notre Dame and fully pursued football at that point.
Okay, I'm kind of curious here. What gets you most excited on game day? You know, big block, big catch, you know, your teammates succeeding. What gets you pumped up?
Um, I wouldn't say there's anything in particular, but it's just the competition of it.
Yeah.
I get excited for practice just like I do for games. Just love going up against people, and that competition really gets me going.
So I understand you got that offer from Miami in April-ish, right?
Right around then, I believe.
Got you. So like is the contact started with Coach Fields calling you? Is what you said?
Right. He reached out to me originally.
Cool, cool. So I guess like what were your initial thoughts on Miami, and then throughout those, I guess what was it, 2 months before you committed? I guess what made you fall in love with the school?
So their first the first time he called me, it was an offer. That was the first time I'd talked to him. He had given me the offer, and I didn't really know much about it, like I said, but right then I knew that I wanted to visit. after doing a little bit of looking around and researching, I knew I wanted to visit. So I actually visited the very next weekend, and got down there with my parents and checked it out. And from the first time I got on campus, it felt like a family. I felt a part of their family, and just kind of kept that in the back of my mind as I went through my recruitment, and got down there. I think 2 more times again. I was down there for one more time, but it was an extended period of time. So it's great to get back down there, and I knew it was a place I wanted to be at. And when I made my official, it just solidified that. And the next week I committed.
Got you. And then so we always hear about how great of a recruiter Mario Cristobal is. I guess just hearing from you, just what type of coach and what type of recruiter is he from someone that obviously got recruited by him?
Yeah, I don't even think of him as a recruiter. I just think of him as another person. Like he really takes us in as part of his family, and he's not a car salesman or anything like that. He's just being 100% real with you, and that's a coach I can get behind and know that they'll always have my back, and someone I'll always follow. You know.
Jackson, I got 3 words for you, man, and I want to know what they mean to you. Miami Hurricanes football. What do those 3 words mean to you?
Yeah, I mean, after learning more about the history and tradition, it's all about that grit and that swagger and that competitiveness that I love so much, and it hypes me up just thinking about it, and I can't wait to get down there and be a part of it, and try to bring Miami back to those early 2000 days. So I can't wait for it.
It's tight end you, man. That's what we
Yes,
do.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
So what traits do you feel make a dominant tight end? Mental or physical? Both of them actually, because I mean it's a more of a cerebral position than people realize.
For sure. I think the most important part is knowing your assignment. Obviously, that's important at every position, but for tight end, you can be used in so many different ways. So you got to be smart enough to be able to handle that, and you also have to have the physical aspects, obviously, like the size and strength to block. But also you can't be too big, because then you can't run, you can't stretch the field, and you can't be too small and too lean to just be a receiver, because you got to get in the trenches and block. So it's really a dynamic position, and I think I can really help out Miami in that in their room.
So let me ask you, man. So, I mean, we just see on Twitter and whatnot how close everyone from that 2023 class seems with each other. Can you just describe to us, I guess, what is the overall camaraderie of, the class of 2023 for Miami?
Yeah, I've said this before, but we're all ready to go in and compete as hard as we can. We're all locked in, and we know that we can be part of the change that this program needs, and we can be the guys that go in and try to take positions and try to be early starters. And even if that doesn't happen, we're still gonna help out each of our rooms with that competition and just bettering everyone in the room.
Got you. And then I guess on a little different note, I'm not going to ask you like compare yourself to another player just because I hate the concept of that. But which they can be college players, NFL players, retired players, whoever. Which are the guys that I guess you take things from their game, or you like watching their games and you kind of like adding it into yours? Who are those guys?
Yeah, I mean it's more of a mental part of their game, but I always like watching Mike Tyson and his competitiveness, his grit, his just mentality going into every match, going into the ring. I like to go into games with that same mentality, and don't let anyone stop me.
With you being off the field, like you said, currently, just, for the time being, and being, your final year in high school, how has this changed the way you approach your leadership role with your team? Not being on the field exactly. How has it been? Of course, more vocal than physical, but how has that changed for you?
Right. I think being at a military school since 7th grade has really helped me with my leadership and being able to lead certain number of kids, especially peers my age. Definitely think I've been set up well in that category, and I mean, being out, it's just part of the process. It happens, and you just got to be there for your teammates. Be there, let them know that if they make a bad play, get the next one. Like, can't really do much other than just be there and support and keep morale up.
Well, man, I got one final question for you, Jackson. It's the question I ask every single recruit that we bring on here. Why do you love the game of football? Where do you get that passion to go out there and compete at the highest level?
When I first started, I had never really been in a sport like it. I mean, there's no other sport is like football. And when I started it, I just found that to be the most attractive part about it. And lining up play after play, every play is a new play, and every play you just got to line up and give it your all. I mean, not going to win every snap, but or every rep, but you just got to bounce right back and get another chance to show them what you got.
Love it, man. Love that answer. Luke, you got anything here for Jackson before we let him go?
Yeah, man, I just got two more questions for you. You mentioned how you've really taken on this leadership role, and that's something that you've really grown up with. I guess, how would you describe your leadership style?
Yeah, I think I lead best by example. I'm not the guy that's gonna rip into you if you mess up, or like, for example, at military school, if you're not in check, I'm not gonna rip into you. I'm just gonna just show you show you the way, and kind of help support you along, and be a morale guy. I'm not gonna tear morale down. I'm just gonna keep the spirits up and be there to support.
Yeah, no, of course. And this is, I guess, the most random question probably that you'll get today. Game day playlist. Who's on it? Let's hear it.
You guys are gonna be a little shocked by this, but I don't listen to anything different than what I would listen to when I'm studying for school. I'm listening to like Merle Haggard, Johnny Cash, David Allan Coe. We're going all the way back, a while. So that's my playlist.
Got you. Sounds good, man.
I can dig that playlist, brother. I can dig it. That's
For sure.
That's what I'm talking about, man. And
Yes, sir.
and tell me, is there some Creedence Clearwater Revival in there?
Oh yeah.
Okay, I
100%.
just had to know that. Had to know that. Well, Jackson, man, thank you for taking the time to jump on here, and of course, let Canes fans get a little more familiar with you. We always love our commits to be able to jump on and answer some questions. So, man, just thank you for giving us that time. We really
Absolutely
appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Really appreciate it, dude.
Yeah, I appreciate it as well.
Have yourself a good night, Jackson.
Thank you. You too.
All righty. That was Jackson Carver, one of our 3 tight end commits in the class. It is quite the tight end class that we were bringing in. Like we spoke with him about. All of them are different, and I think that's what really helped. I mean, that's what makes this doable, in my opinion. I mean, a lot of times you see, 3 tight ends coming into a class. What's going on? And of course, there always could be the position change. One of them could move to an offensive guard, offensive tackle type of thing. How do you feel about the 3 tight ends coming in one class?
Yeah, I think it absolutely works. Just given the usage of tight ends in this offense that Miami is running. I mean, we saw, before Elijah Arroyo was announced out for the season, and we saw with Arroyo and Mallory, and then we saw now with Mallory and Skinner that Coach Gaddis loves using these 2 tight end sets. And to add 3, like you mentioned, unique tight ends in one class, and Jackson, Reed, and then Riley, 3 tight ends who do very different things, who all are a threat on the field in their own unique ways. And I'm just really, really excited to see how these players are just going to add to the competition level. Because I mean, next year you're going to have Elijah fully healthy. You're going to have Jaleel in year 2, and you're going to have these 3 players as well. I mean, it's going to be some heavy competition. And I mean, what it sounds from Jackson, he's very much up for it. And it's tight end room is going to be in good hands for Miami for the foreseeable future, for sure.
I can just imagine some of these setups with guys like Riley Williams and Skinner on the field at the same time. You know, I mean, it just, dude, the chances just are endless when you got that kind of. Well, it's not endless unless we get our backfield figured out, of course, too. We got to get that figured out and get our offensive line figured out as well. But we're moving forward, dude. We're definitely moving forward. I mean, we're still the number 10 ranked team in this recruiting class, right?
I believe so. I believe so. I think still a top 10 class. And I mean, it's just and not to stray away from recruiting a little bit, but I'm just so excited to see how Jaleel is going to continue to grow throughout the season in this expanded role. He had 40 yards, 3 catches last week against North Carolina. He's someone that I was a huge fan of throughout spring and fall, and he's just going to continue to grow. And I expect him to just take on this expanded role as the season evolves. I can't wait to see how he progresses.
Awesome, man. Well, we got our next guest with us here, man. We've actually got, this is one of the most exciting players in the 2025 class, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. This is wide receiver Jade Card out of South Broward. And, I mean, this is, like I'm telling you guys, this is not a normal 2025 wide receiver. This guy right here is special. This is a special, special recruit. Thanks for taking the time to join us, Jade.
No problem. No problem.
How you doing, man?
How you doing?
Good.
So, Jade, I just got to start it off, man. You know, what's your current height and weight?
Right now, I'm 6'3". I'm 6'3", and my weight went down because I started playing basketball. Okay. But it's going down. I weigh like 180 now.
Okay. Yeah. Was basketball something you just started to play?
No, I've been playing.
Okay. How do you feel basketball helps you in football? You know, keep your light footwork and all that?
Yeah. Of course. And help your energy go up. Like running, everything, yeah.
Got you. And then, I mean, I have to ask you, since we're talking about basketball now, how long have you been playing for?
I've been playing since I was little, like 7, 8.
Got you. And then, because I played high school basketball in the Broward area. One of the things I always say is that South Florida has the most underrated basketball talent out of anywhere in the country. I feel like it doesn't get enough respect. I guess could you just tell everyone the talent that is in South Florida when it comes to basketball?
When it comes to basketball, it takes a lot. It takes a lot of hard work and dedication. To do, you feel me? They take a lot of hard work.
Got you. And then, I mean, I noticed in your Twitter you play wide receiver, you play DN, play a little bit of outside linebacker as well. Is there a position necessarily where you feel most comfortable at, or is it just?
I like playing safety. I like playing anything to let the team win, to make the team win. Yeah, I like anything, to be honest.
So you play everywhere on the field, pretty much.
Yeah, I play everywhere.
Cool, got you.
You know, before the season started, were there any kind of workouts or training that you did that you feel helped you in this season already?
Yeah, just working out my front yard, getting my techniques down. It's just little things.
Yeah.
Little things.
Do you work with any trainers?
No.
Okay, just high school coaches?
No. I don't work with no trainer. Like, if I have practice, I come home, work out my front yard on my technique.
I got you, man. I got you.
I go on YouTube and then I do it in my front yard.
I was going to actually ask you, I mean, is there, are there some wide receivers that you really like to watch their route running abilities, stuff you can learn?
DK Metcalf.
I mean, I'm a Seahawks fan, bro, so I mean, I love hearing that, man. I love that, man.
Yeah, DK Metcalf.
Have you watched any Jerry Jeudy's film?
Jerry Jeudy?
Yeah.
I ain't really a big fan of him, but I like how he runs routes, though. Like, I feel like, yeah.
Mean route runner.
He from down here.
Yep. Mean route runner, man. Mean route runner. So I mean, you're 2025. You were at the spring game, right? The Miami spring game.
Yeah, I was at Miami spring game.
How did that go for you? Let us know what you got a chance to do.
I went good. I had a good experience. Me and my mom, we went there. I never went on top of the thing to see the good view, but it was a pretty good experience to see the football team, walk around the stadium. Yeah, it was a pretty dope experience.
Man, so I guess let's just say as a receiver, right? What are some of the things that you think you do best right now?
Blocking.
Okay.
I like letting other people. I like other people score. Like it's like getting my team to the touchdown.
So you take a lot of pride when it comes
Yeah, a lot of pride.
Got you. And then what are some of the things that at the same time you're really trying to work on and key in on to improve?
Staying focused. Mostly gotta stay focused. There's a lot of people trying to bring you down. You just gotta stay up.
Got you. No, of course. And I mean, and just to kind of harp back a little bit on basketball, is that something that you also want to do at the college level as well, or you're really not sure?
No, I wasn't really planning on it. I was just doing it, just like stay in shape.
Of course. No, I got you.
Yeah.
You're still very young, but you've got offers coming in. How has this recruiting process treated you so far? Is it exciting? Is it kind of nervous? How do you feel about it?
Yeah, it was definitely exciting. When I put out my first offer, it was like I was shocked, to be honest.
Who gave you your first offer?
Miami.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. Okay.
Yeah, it was big. Yeah, it was shocking. Like it happened fast. When it happened fast, I mean, it motivate you like keep going.
Yeah. What the paint us the picture? How where were you? What were you doing when you got that offer?
Matter of fact, I was asleep. Then my coach called me. Then I thought he was about to say something else. Then what you call? I gave my mom the phone. Then he asked me to call with a college my new coach Van Dyke. Then he said, "Oh, he would like to offer me from Miami U." Then it was shocking.
And man, what schools have offered you since then?
FSU, Campbell, FAU, Pittsburgh, Miami, and that's off right now.
Got you. And then just how much of a blessing and how much how does it feel to just get all this love from some very well established programs?
Yeah, it's really I'm really blessed though. I'm really blessed because a lot of people don't get the opportunity that we getting.
No, of course. And I mean, just talking about the Hurricanes, right? What are your initial thoughts on them as a program?
They really come together to build a program and let everybody shine. Like they really putting stuff together over there.
Go ahead and shout out some of the high school coaches that have been helping you out, helping you develop your game. Show them some love.
Coach Mann, Coach McQuay, and Coach Eric. He really stayed in touch. He was my little league coach from PPO. I live with PPO. He's my really little league coach. And that's all.
It's good to have a tight circle, bro. Having a tight circle and the right people in it, that's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
So I got a question for you right here, all right? You're playing wide receiver. This is game time, okay? 3rd and goal. What do you want your team to run? Do you want that pass coming to you? Do you want a contested pass high? Do you want to block for a run? What's your favorite call on 3rd and goal for your team?
Me, like I just want to score. I just want to score, make us win the game. It don't matter who get the ball. It's just how you get in the end zone.
Man, you're a real teammate. Like you really like put on for your team, bro. I really admire that. I really do.
Yeah, and you guys are 4-1 this year, right?
Yeah, so, 4-1.
And you play MacArthur next?
We play MacArthur, yes.
Got you. So so what are the things that you're looking forward to in this matchup, or they've seen on film? I guess what is your mindset heading into this matchup against them?
We going into like you can't take no team likely because they playing the same game like we playing. We gotta go in there like we ready. You know they ready, so we gotta be ready.
No, of course. And I guess what are you really like trying to prove throughout the sophomore season? Like what is it that you really want people to know about you by the end of this year?
I'm coming. You know, yeah, I'm coming. Come different every game.
Are they using you at wide receiver every game?
Yeah, every game. I what's it called? I had been playing defense a little this year, a little more this year, but I'm mostly playing outside linebacker now.
Okay.
But
okay. Oh, so you're getting more snaps on defense than offense now?
No, like I play offense, but when they need more defense, I go and help. You know.
Okay, I got you. I got you. I see what you're saying. Okay, how do you like that transition? Do you enjoy playing on the defensive side?
I enjoy playing, of course.
You get a chance to actually pop somebody.
Yeah. I love it.
You know, instead of getting popped yourself. I feel you. I feel you. Do you do anything for speed training?
I with my Coach Quay, we go to the sandbox, and we like do speed training, everything. That really killed me, cause I train with myself. When I train with other people, they show me more things. I continue doing it.
Were you doing the sand uphill?
No, I never did that before, but I did run the hills.
Man, that sand uphill, bro. That's a different beast right there, man. I'm telling you, that's a different beast.
Oh, I gotta try that one.
Dude, it'll get you right. Trust me, it'll get you right. So for this season, I mean, just just for you personally, I know you seem to be such a teammate that it's hard to just single you out because you want everyone else to shine, which is awesome. But is there any personal goal that you would like to reach this season? You know, a certain amount of touchdowns or anything like that, catches, yards.
Yeah, I want to reach like 1,000 yards this season with 100+ catches. That's my goal. That's my goal. Yeah. Help and the team. I can't blame everything on me. The team, like they motivate me. You know. Yeah. Motivate each other and keep going. Even though when you're down, you gotta keep going.
Got you. And then I mean, you mentioned your goal. You said 1,000 yards, 100 catches. Where are you at right now in that goal? Just out of curiosity.
I'm at 546 yards and 32 catches right now.
Got you. And how many games do you have left in your this season? Before playoffs?
We got 4. Okay. 4.
But then I mean postseason is gonna
Yeah.
So I mean, and just so I have this on record, man. So you play receiver, DN, linebacker, safety. Is there anything that you haven't mentioned that you don't play?
No. I do be trying to play corner. I love playing corner. Like cause like I play wide receiver, so I would translate. Like I know how to like you know like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yes. No, for sure. I mean, like, do they use you at corner sometimes, or is it just kind of like?
No, I do not know how to play it.
Yeah, and when you're used as a safety, do they use you more like towards more in the box, or more as like a single high cover safety, or I guess how do they use you as a safety?
Can you say that again?
Yeah, for sure. So, when they use you as a safety, do they use you more like in the box or more as a single high cover safety? Just I guess how are you utilized in that position?
They put me in the box, but I love kind of down hitting. I don't let them get past me.
Yeah, got you. And then I mean I just have one more question, man. So a lot more random question, but game day playlist. Who's on it? Who you listen to?
Is that an NBA Youngboy, Rod Wave, or Yeah, that's all. That's all.
So Rod Wave before games. That
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I got you. So I also have to ask you, because I've been keeping account on this. Have you listened to YoungBoy's new album?
Nah.
No. Oh, sorry. Okay.
It's gonna take me a minute.
Yeah, because it's like 30 songs. Yeah, because I've been asking people like, what are their good or bad and it's gotten mostly like negative reviews so far. So yeah, got you, man. But hey, I appreciate it though.
No problem.
Well, man, I got just 2 questions for you here, man. I'm just kind of curious, 3 words, just what they mean after you get a chance, to talk to some guys like us, some Canes guys,
Yeah.
What do those 3 words mean? Miami Hurricanes football. What does it mean?
Tradition.
Yeah. That's a simple, great answer. Honestly, honestly, I don't think you could give a better one word answer than that. I mean, the history, the tradition, all of that stuff. You're familiar with a lot of that? Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
You saw the 30 for 30s and all those.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That's why we're getting back to that, bro. We're trying to.
My
last question that I got for you, the question I ask every recruit we bring on: why do you love the game of football? Where do you get that passion to go out there and kick ass?
You know what? I've been watching my cousin play when I grew up. He played for USL. He played at USL.
He played at USF?
Yes.
So you had an example right there. You had somebody you could look up to right away, and he showed you that hunger.
Yeah. He didn't Quentin Flowers. He played quarterback.
Okay. Man, that's the last question I got. You got any there, Luke?
Nah, man, that's all I got. I really appreciate you taking the time to come on and talk to us.
No problem. Thank you. Have a nice day.
We'll stay in touch, Jade. We'll bring you back on in the future so we can update the fans about your development.
Thank you.
All right, brother. Later. His volume got a little low there in a second, but it's all good. I got a chance to hear it.
We're good. Yeah. Man, it says Cousins Quentin Flowers. That's
dude, I didn't know.
That's not like some guy. He's a dude. Quentin Flowers is a dude. So
yeah, like that. Yeah. That surprised me, honestly. Like I wasn't expecting that. I knew I'd heard he'd had relations in football, but you never know exactly what those relations could be or how deep they go. Quentin Flowers, that's a heck of a one to tie into. I think our next guest will be jumping on here fairly soon. If there's anything you want to add here right now. Oh, he's here with us right now, actually. We have actually got another University of Miami commit. This one, though, this is the 2024 class. We have got safety coming all the way from Dillard. We got Antoine Jackson with us right now. How you doing, Antoine?
I'm good. How long y'all going to be here? I got to go run the quick air.
Dude, I mean, we just do this for like 10 minutes real quick.
10 minutes?
Yep.
All right.
You got that?
Yeah, that's good.
All right, man. We won't keep you long, bro. Thanks for jumping on, by the way, man. Just thanks for giving us this time, though. I appreciate it.
No problem.
What's your current height and weight right now?
6'1", like around 180.
Okay. What kind of off-season workouts did you do before this season that you feel have helped you out so far?
Just like I wasn't really like lifting to get big. I was just lifting to build my muscle and just things like that.
Got you. And I mean, Antoine, like, tell me, man, how's this season coming along for you?
Right now I'm not healthy. I'm not 100%. So the season been kind of like up and down.
Yeah.
But I decided I'm gonna set up for like 2 to 3 weeks, get healthy, then I'll be back.
Got you. And I mean, hey, like, talk about some of your defensive teammates you don't mind, like Terrell, Anthony, Armando. I mean, there's a whole lot of talent there in that front seven.
All of them just made my job a lot easier. I'm not covering for more than 4 seconds with that D-line. So I'm just back there just doing my part. They do their part. Everybody do their job.
Do you have any trainers that you specifically work out with in the off season?
I get it in wherever, I ain't gonna lie. But I work out with Harvard for athletes a lot, and the current DB coach at my school.
So, man, let's get into the Miami talk here, bro. I'm curious, man. What was it? What was it about Miami that made you want to pull the trigger and commit already? Who was the coaches that really were showing you a lot of love?
Coach Cristobal. As soon as Coach Cristobal got there, I knew because I was communicating with him when he was at Oregon. I knew what type of coach he was already. At Miami, my dream school. Miami, where I always wanted to go. So just to see Coach Cristobal go over there, it was like, yeah, this one I'm going. And then I talked to coaches. I was talking to Coach Adaya at Georgia. I always talk to Coach DVD. Coach Steele, me and Coach Steele built a good relationship. So it just went from there.
Who are your current favorite players? Some guys that you, not just in Miami, you know, NFL, NCAA, whatever, but guys that you can look up to and maybe take parts of their game to add to your game.
Sauce, Jalen Ramsey, Jair Alexander. I used to watch Ed Reed a lot. Sean Taylor, players like that.
Got you. And then I mean, I'm not gonna ask you to. I'm not gonna ask you to, like, you know, throw shade at all the previous coaching staff and whatnot. But I guess what was the difference in how the previous coaching staff at Miami recruited you and this current Miami coaching staff?
The previous coaching staff, we wasn't really communicating as much.
Mhm.
Like it was just I don't know how to explain, but we wasn't really communicating as much.
Yeah,
But I was cool with Coach T-Rod.
got you.
Coach T-Rod was cool, but it wasn't as much pressure as it was now.
Mhm. And then I mean, I have to ask you about, you know, Coach Van Dyke. How is he like as, you know, as a coach and as a recruiter?
Honestly, I look at Coach Van Dyke more like as a figure in my life. Like he's like a cool. I look at him as like somebody I can look up to. Basically, like it's bigger than football with Coach Van Dyke.
What traits do you feel make a dominant safety? You know, physical and mental.
Honestly, right now I'm playing corner right now.
Are you okay? Okay.
Yeah, I have
Same
played
thing.
safety.
Yeah.
I played safety my freshman, but right now I'm playing corner, and it's just the ability for me. I don't panic when the ball in the air. Like I don't like getting beat. I don't want to get beat. And I don't like deflecting the ball. Like I want to come down with the interception, things like that. But when I get beat and stuff, I just laugh it off. Put my head to the next play. Like, okay, you got me on this one. You gotta do it again. You gotta show me that you can do it again. But just know, I'm not giving up. So
Yeah.
that's what made my game good. I'm coming every play to get an interception.
I love that answer, man. I love it, man. What gets you most excited on game day? What gets you most pumped up?
Just knowing what I'm doing it for, and the goods I can get out of football.
Gotcha. I mean, let me ask you, like, who are you doing it for? If you, I mean,
Definitely my mom, but I'm doing it for myself too because I just love the game of football. But I'm doing it for my mom, my family.
got you. And then, you know, I mean, I always see you on Twitter, seemingly like, recruiting everybody to you know, join what, you know, you and, you know, some of the other 2023 guys are bringing to Miami. I guess just talk about what all of you are trying to bring to Miami in this new era over there.
We trying to win. We just trying to win. But it's nothing like winning the Natty at Miami. Winning the Natty at them other places, I already won the Natty 1,000 times. It's like, okay, doing it again. Winning the Natty at Miami is like bringing it back. Like, it's different.
Got you. And are there still, you know, college coaches trying to reach out to you, trying to whatever?
Not as much, but Alabama still hit me up. Georgia, Cincinnati. It's not as much, but
Got you.
Talking in a game week film study right here, real quick, okay? What are some of the first things as you playing cornerback? What are some of the first things you try to identify with the wide receivers that you're going to be facing against?
I look at the first. I'll just scroll through the film. Look at how they come out the huddle. Like some receivers be hyped, getting the ball. They start fixing their gloves, fixing their mouthpiece and stuff. So I just look at that. Then I'll go to their based off their alignment. Like on the field, they can be on top of the numbers, at the bottom of the numbers. Basically, I use my dividers. And then I go to like the formations and the personnel, like what personnel they throw the ball in, what routes you running, certain personnel, things like that. And I just look at the little signs, like the little things like that.
You go ahead and give a shout out to some of your high school coaches here that are helping you out.
Coach Blue, the DB coach, Coach Strong, he's like the assistant head coach, Coach Tate, Coach Talley, Coach Strutt, Coach Noah, he the technique coach, and that's about it.
And I'm kind of curious, are you one of those cornerbacks that likes to get involved in run stuffing?
Yeah, I'll definitely come down to hit. Like you would just have to run me over, but I'll come down to hit. I'm going to come down to hit.
Yep, no fear. No fear. Love it.
Yeah, man. I've had the chance, to talk to Coach Strong a couple times. Like, it's just what type of coach is he, at Dillard, and just I guess just speak on what you've been able to learn from him.
Coach Strong like a father figure to everyone that did it. Like everyone can look up to him, things like that. He just look out for the team, help the kids get exposure and things like that.
Got you.
But I have to go to my grandma's house, so
For sure.
Bro, I just got one question for you before you go. All right, is that cool?
that's cool.
Because it's the same question I answer every single person we bring on here, every recruit. Why do you love the game of football? Where do you get that passion to go out there and compete at the highest level?
I don't even look at the offers. I don't look at me being committed. I don't look at my rankings. I don't look at none of that. I just look at it as football. But ever since I got put in football, I just never quit. Like I would never quit, and I never quit. And it's just something that I always loved growing up. I don't even look at the money in the NFL. Like even if I have to work and play the game of football, if the game wasn't paying me as much as it does in the NFL, still to play the game. Like it's just something that I love. Of course, everyone want to go to the NFL and stuff, but it's just something that I love. Like,
Man, football is really a part of you. It's a part of you. It's a part of who you are. It's a part of your heart and soul. It sounds like.
yeah.
That we love having that kind of passion at the University of Miami. I'll tell you that, bro. Seriously, like we love that, man. Luke, you got any question? I want to let him get it to his grandma's house here so it doesn't run too late. But
Nah, man. Hey, I appreciate you coming on, man. And yeah, thank you. Really,
No
thank you.
No problem.
thanks a lot again, man. We'll catch you later, bro.
All right.
All right. Well, he had to run to grandma's house. I get that. I remember being in high school and having to be on my parents' schedule. I get it. So, man, Luke, talk to me about Antoine there, man. What kind of player is he in your eyes?
Yeah, I mean, he's a very dynamic corner, great ball skills, someone who, when he does enroll at Miami, he's someone that will make an impact immediately. I mean, we've seen that, cornerback is definitely a weakness for Miami. It's shown itself through the first 5 weeks of the season that, it's a position that needs some help, right? Yeah, especially for the scheme that Kevin Steele wants to implement. Very main-based scheme, a lot of press, and Miami really doesn't have the personnel to do that, which is why we've seen, especially the past couple of weeks, they're playing a lot more zone. They're playing a lot more cover 3 matchup. They're playing a lot more cover 2. I don't think this is the right personnel at cornerback to really go or really play the bread and butter of Coach Steele defense. And I mean, Antoine Jackson would just be an instant impact player. He's a terrific guy, and like I said, instant impact. When he does enroll in Miami, he will immediately compete for some early playing time. I have no doubt about that. Similar to what Nigel, his former high school teammate Nigel Kelly, kind of like what he did. I mean, I expect the same type of early impact.
So isn't Nigel Leak still like 17?
Yeah, he's still 17, which is
nuts.
That's insane. I mean, that's insane.
That's nuts.
She should still be a high school senior. And he has starting to come on really strong now. I think he has a second half this year. He is probably that third defensive end in rotation or fourth defensive end in rotation right now.
Dude, upside through the roof.
Through the roof. Nigel Kelly is going to be an amazing player here at Miami. I've been saying since I've had the chance to watch him that I think 2 seasons down the line, I think Nigel Kelly will be the best defender at Miami. I feel very confident saying that. My expectations for him are very, very high. And he has the work ethic. He has the raw ability. His teammates rave about him. Nigel Kelly is going to be, in all likelihood, he's going to be an absolute stud at Miami.
I'll tell you what, man. I was a fan of Nigel Leak even when he was committed to FSU and he was still being called an edge. They still hadn't figured it out yet, do we keep him light and athletic, and let him keep doing his thing, or if we put muscle on him? And I kept saying in my head, dude, if they move this guy inside, it could be unbelievable. Like, I mean, it could be absolutely unbelievable. So for them to move him inside already, dude, I was so happy to hear that, bro. I was stoked to hear that, man, because that's where he belongs. That's where his future in the NFL is, I believe.
I mean, his versatility, I mean, just allows him to play both. I mean, he has the bend to work really well on the outside as an edge. Just very versatile player for sure.
Yeah. Well, man, let's get into some local high school football games here. Let me know. Let me know some of these games here you're looking. I got some games written down here. Miami Central versus Norland.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
With Central and Norland as well, you're saying? Yeah. So probably one of the better high school matchups that we had this week.
Yeah.
There isn't really any of those, I guess, super. Like we don't have those like top 50 national matchups that we've seen with Chaminade and Heritage. There's not any of those rivalries like Central and Northwestern.
Yeah.
There are some very good matchups that feature a lot of talent on both sides and a lot of really cool individual 1v1 matchups, which we'll get into. But with Central and Norland, very talented team led on defense by Jeremiah Marcelin, 2024 linebacker that Miami staff absolutely loves. He's also talking a lot to Florida State. He's a really good relationship with the coaches over there as well. Also, quarterback for Norland, Enyin Yapur. I believe I'm pronouncing his last name right. If I'm not, I apologize. But I mean, he's a very talented sophomore quarterback. Offers from Ole Miss, Houston, Akron, someone to watch out for. And then, of course, Central. You just list the names. Ruben Bain. Ruben Bain, Luane McCoy, Stanquan Clark. Just so many very, very good players. I got the chance to watch some of these guys in action when Central played Northwestern this past Friday. What more can you say? Bain had a couple sacks. He had an additional tackle for loss. And when I spoke to him after the game, he didn't really feel like he played that well. It just kind of speaks to the high expectations that he has for himself. I think he's up to, I want to say, 11.5 sacks this year, and he missed the Booker T game. I'm not sure if he missed another game. But I mean, Ruben Bain, absolute stud, dropped his top 6 today, which of course included Miami, as I think we all kind of expected. Also watch out for Auburn in that race as well. He was up there along with, Luane and Stanquan and some of his Central teammates in early October, and he really did like that visit. He really loved the game day atmosphere at Auburn, which I mean, it's Auburn, makes sense. Yeah, atmosphere matters for Bain and his recruitment.
Yeah, it does.
It does. And yeah, I mean, it should be a great game. I really like Central's quarterback as well. Keon Jenkins. FIU commit. I was very impressed by him. Dual threat guy, someone who can make plays with his arm.
He's kind of a dynamic kind of high school quarterback. While he might not be like a P5 type of guy, he fits the high school system very well.
He does. He's going to do great things at FIU. I have no doubt about that. Very dynamic player.
Good leader too. Very, very good leader.
Very good leader. Should we move on to our next matchup?
What I did want to say before we ended this is I thought it was kind of funny. Rico Jackson, after the game against Central, tried to take a shot at Bain, and Bain kind of put him in his place real quick with just a couple of words. That was pretty funny. Yeah. We don't even got to get into this one. Chaminade against an 0-6 Somerset Academy. Key. Bless you guys at Somerset. It's going to be a rough one for you guys. I am afraid.
Yeah, Chaminade is going to win that game by a lot.
Yeah. And one of the games, though, here's one of the games that sticks out to me this week: an American Heritage versus Stranahan.
Yes, that was the matchup that I sort of alluded to when I was saying about really cool individual one-on-one matchups, because that's the game I'm probably going to try to make this Friday if I'm able to get in.
I hope you do. Yeah.
That Hakeem Williams-Damari Brown matchup is going to be fun.
Battle.
An absolute battle, because
Brown has something to prove right now.
Absolutely. And I was very impressed by him when I saw him play against Jeremiah Smith and Chaminade.
Yes.
He is a very long, physical corner, very good ball skills, just as someone like Hakeem Williams is. Hakeem Williams is a very athletically gifted, physically gifted receiver, someone who you can throw these 50-50 balls to, and you'll come down with them. I mean, I think this is going to be a fantastic matchup. I think Heritage will probably win by a lot. Just, more talent for Heritage across the team than, Stranahan. But that matchup in particular is going to be an absolute fun one, and one that I am very, very excited to watch.
I think we'll see Damari playing a little more physical brand, especially off the line. I think we're going to see him pressing a little bit more. There's so many cornerbacks in high school that are afraid of guys like Hakeem Williams. So they're always on their heels and they're always backing up, and he can toy with them after that.
Yeah,
Brown's not like that. He's got the confidence to go up against anybody and battle against anybody, and that's kind of one of the big features I like about him is that I've watched him go against anybody at any time and anywhere, and he does it, and he usually does a good job of it.
Oh yeah, he loves to press. He loves to be physical, and like I said, that matchup, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be real fun. A couple other players I just want to highlight on Heritage real quick. Malachi Toney, 2026 receiver.
Yeah,
he's going to be. I mean, he already is an amazing player. He's going to be one of the best players in this class.
Oh yeah.
Straight up, not even one of the best receivers. He's going to be one of the best players in this class.
Yeah. It's kind of crazy how young he is and how good he is.
Yeah, he had a couple touchdowns.
Really
he had a couple touchdowns against Chaminade, and Chaminade has a very, very, very good secondary. Luke Evans, Saquon Patterson,
guys going P5. Yeah,
a couple touchdowns against them. He's good. He is really, really good. I've also loved seeing these clips of Brandon Innes coming up with turnovers on the defensive end.
Yeah.
It just shows,
showcases his football ability.
Yeah, I mean, just not just receiver. He's just a truly elite football player.
Yeah. I mean, the guy just does it all. He's like, put me on the field and I'll make something happen at whatever position you need me to, type of thing.
Yeah.
Dude, I could even see that guy playing linebacker.
Probably could. I'm also a big fan of Heritage quarterback Caleb Murphy.
Yeah.
True dual threat guy.
Not talked about very much.
Not talking about enough, I don't think. I mean, he leads one of the best teams in the country.
Yeah.
Someone who can, when the pocket collapses, he can make plays outside the pocket, scramble, make plays on his own. Those are very nice deep pass. Someone who I really like.
Good IQ too. Good IQ. He knows if he gets in trouble, he really knows who to pass the ball to and who not to. He's got that part figured down in his game.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's say we could jump to, unless you had any other matchups on that one you want to talk about.
No, we can jump around to the next matchup if you want.
I was gonna say St. Thomas versus Fort Lauderdale. Was there anything there that intrigued you?
This was not one of the matchups that I really pinpointed, just because I mean, there's definitely a talent gap in between those two teams. St. Thomas had a very commanding win over Dillard this past weekend. I think the final score was 24-6, if I'm not mistaken. And what more can you say about them? STA is always one of the best teams in the country. I'm really excited to see some of these matchups come postseason time, because it's going to be elite. And St. Thomas should definitely have a pretty easy weekend against Fort Lauderdale. No disrespect to them, but definitely a talent advantage towards St. Thomas.
Absolutely. One of the games, and this would be a game that I would guess that you would pinpoint as well, Northwestern versus Booker T.
Yes, this is probably the matchup of the week.
Yeah,
I would say
it could be. It really could be. Yeah,
it really could be. I mean, Booker T under Coach Ice Harris, 7-1 this year, only lost to Central, and it was a very close, competitive loss.
Yeah.
They gave Central all they could handle. I mean, Booker T has been the South Florida team that has given Central the biggest run for the money this season.
Yeah.
Led by just a super, super strong run game. Gerald Modest, and Antoine Smith has taken a leap this year. He has, so far this season, 838 rushing yards, 105 yards per game, 15 rushing touchdowns, 16 in total.
And he's the starting running back, and Modest is behind him?
I would assume so. I mean,
Just because of
still,
the carries. Yeah.
I mean, still only a slight edge in carries. But I mean, they both get love in that backfield, and I mean, you could just turn to either guy to give you production. True. I mean,
I like
one
both.
could argue the best backfield in Florida. Really could.
Yeah, as a combo, yeah.
As a combo, absolutely. And I mean, obviously, they have two very good young DBs, and Antonio Branch, Ben Hanks, very good at what they do. And then Northwestern trying to rebound from two-time loss to Central, although they didn't have Jamari Ford or Teron Dickens in that matchup. So,
I didn't know Dickens wasn't playing.
Dickens did not play. Calvin Russell, the 2026 quarterback / receiver, got the start. And Russell did his thing. I mean, you definitely saw that potential flash at times. That's just such a brutal matchup for.
That's tough to toss a kid like that into that matchup. That's tough, man.
I mean, listen, like Russell in his first 2 games playing quarterback, he's had to go against fresh off the bench against the Columbus team, and then playing Central, who I think Max Rip has them as the 3rd best team in the country. They might as well just be the first. So it's Calvin Russell's a very, very bright future. It's a very high ceiling, but a tough couple of matchups that will definitely prepare him for the rest of the season. I'm not sure what Dickens' availability is looking like, but same thing with Jamari Ford. I'm not really sure, so that definitely plays a factor when when predicting this game. One player who also wants to highlight who impressed me from Northwestern, Darius Johnson Jr.
Oh, yes.
6'1", 2026 defensive back. He had the Northwestern's only interception. Very lengthy safety, can cover ground very, very quickly. Super, super bright future. And I am not 1,000% sure, but I was getting a lot of quote tweets on this. And this shows, I guess, like my youth in a way, because I did not know who this is, because this was slightly before my time. Darius Johnson, former Miami receiver.
Yeah.
I mean, I started watching Miami football in 2011, so this was, I guess, like right before my time.
Right before that, yeah.
I'm not 1,000% sure. Like that is like if Darius Johnson Jr. A lot of people are making that connection, which it would make the most logical sense. I just don't want to say like that's his son when I don't know for sure.
Yeah.
But I'm just simply, for those, I'm sure someone's watching this who knows the answer to that question.
I'm sure.
I'm sure. But I mean, Johnson's a terrific player, only a freshman, playing big time minutes and making big time plays against Central, someone to really watch out for, no doubt.
He doesn't look like a freshman out there.
No, not at all. Not at all. I can confirm that. Not at all.
Not at all. There's one game left here that I want to get to that it's intriguing to me. Okay. It is intriguing. And it's Dillard versus Plantation.
Yeah.
I want to see how Dillard responds after, getting down there. They're 2-3 right now. Plantation's 4-1. Of course, they've been playing some different schedules, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to see how Dillard rebounds in a game like this against a team who's getting a little success right now.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Dillard has had a couple, they've played a brutal schedule. Brutal. Absolutely brutal. They've taken some tough losses to some of the best teams in the country. I mean, they lost to Central, Chaminade, St. Thomas, 3, I think, of the top 20 or top 15 teams in the country, really.
They've lost 3 games, and they're still ranked number 10 in the Fort Lauderdale high school rankings. That shows you the type of talent they're going against.
Yeah, we just spoke to Antoine Jackson. He spoke very highly of that Dillard front 7, who we all know and we all know are going to develop into terrific Power 5 players. Yes. I expect Dillard to probably roll away with the win there. They're in need of it. They're in need of a win.
And you think this is when they put it together?
I think so. I mean, I think there definitely is a talent gap between them and Plantation. And I think that'll be on display. If you don't mind me transitioning to one, it's more so a player transition, because I'm not going to talk much about this matchup. Columbus Doral Academy, excuse me. And just because we talked a little bit more about Columbus last show and we missed one player on Columbus who has really, really started to break out, and that's wide receiver Jose Leon.
Yep.
He has been amazing, and he truly is really just shining right now. His name is on the map.
He's just blowing up.
He's blowing up right now. He truly is. I mean, I've seen him take multiple slants to the house. I mean, just such a great projects to the slot receiver. He just got that Louisville offer pretty recently.
I don't know if anybody in Doral can really stop him, bro. You know?
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it could be another big game for Leon because, like you mentioned, there's that talent gap between Columbus and Doral.
How tall is he?
I want to say he's around 5'9". Let me check on that really. I can check on that.
Does he remind you a little bit maybe of a Nathaniel Joseph, yards after the catch type of guy?
I would need to watch him before I make that comparison. I mean, just because I mean with Nathaniel Joseph, I mean he's such an elusive player.
Oh, yeah.
He's dynamite with the ball in his hands. I'm not sure if Leon is necessarily that guy. I mean, they're both sensational after the catch, but maybe
he's got time. You know,
he's got time. Yeah, no, he's got time. He's only a junior. Just maybe different players after the catch. He's 5'11", 165.
He's 5'11". Okay.
5'11". Yeah. I mean, listen, he's only a junior. Room for growth. You know. So yeah, definitely
a little different. 5'11", 5'9", definitely a little different there for sure.
A little different for sure. Definitely something to watch out for sure.
Yep. Was there any other games that you wanted to tap into at all?
That is actually it. Yeah, that's all I have for today, man.
Yeah, I'm not. The only other game that I actually had written down here that I'm not sure what's going to be really out of it is the Edgewater game, and I just think Edgewater is going to probably kind of roll them over. So I just think Edgewater goes to 8-0. That's the only other game that I really had on the map. Like you said, it's not a huge weekend as far as teams, but the individual matchups. That's what we're craving to see. And dude, if you get a chance to get to that Stranahan game, bro. I want to hear all about that matchup, dude.
I will.
All about it. We'll bring it on the show here and let everybody know all about it.
I'm also at this point, I need to check back in with a couple things, but I'm trying to make it out to West Broward's practice tomorrow to check out recently offered 2025 receiver. Yeah, it was offered by Miami this past week. Joshua Moore, someone who. And big shout out to Frank Tucker of Canes Country for giving him that initial exposure because he's well deserving of it. He's 6'4" as a sophomore. And he runs very, very well. Someone who I'm very excited to watch play because I'm headed home for the mini fall break and West Broward is very close to my house. So it's like, hey, why not?
Dude, if Frank is saying to watch the guy, watch him.
There you go. He's that guy.
Well, dude, that was pretty much all I had for the show today here, man. It's just, dude, had some great guests on, we had 2 commits, which was freaking awesome. We, for the fans know, this show kind of got thrown together at the last minute. Things were a little jumble stuff, but we made it. We got it worked out, and we got timing worked out, and we were able to get all 3 guests on. We were only going to plan for 2, but Jackson was available, and why the heck not bring Jackson Carver on when you get a chance? So, man, we just want to thank the Canes fans for checking this out, and it'll be posted up on YouTube when we're done here. And as always, it's all about the Canes. Go you.